Please click on the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you enjoyed my vlog. Bye for now.
Hi everybody, it's the 8th of February today. It's been bitterly cold in England and not been able to get out much, and for the last few days there's been raging winds for about 8 days now, something I've not been able to see before for such a long time. It's blown the fencing down and things like that. Luckily we've got away with major problems so far, but what British people always talk about the weather, and it's been bitterly cold. Today, it's Tuesday, it's mild, so it's up and down all over the place, and for you people that don't know, we may get 4 seasons in one day. Thankfully, lighter nights are coming. We're coming out of our 12-week dark nights, and it's about 5 p.m. before it gets dark, which is a blessing for me because I like to get out in the garden at night and draw and paint. We obviously can't do that when it's dark, and I don't feel like doing it indoors. Actually, the light's not quite right for me. Anyway, we have a few snowdrops in the garden. So for people that are not quite sure, there is different types of snowdrops, and we have several in our garden, I believe, and we were very, very lucky to have been able to been given most of them from friends. They don't like to be moved about a lot, but if you're going to put them in the garden, put them in while they're still green, if you can. Doesn't always work that, but we've been lucky so far. The other thing to tell you, which is quite common really, but a lot of people don't understand how it works. In the winter months in England, we still have flowers, as you can see with the snowdrop, and how come that they can grow so quickly before any other types of flowers come out. Well, this is only a generalization, but usually things that come early are bulbous. They've stored their energy up last year and they're ready to flower as soon as possible in the coming year. And of course the snowdrops are fighting for light, so they have to get their flowers out there before any leaves come on the trees, and they gather all the light, taking all the energy into their bulbs for next time, and on it goes again. And for me, these snowdrops are wondrous really, because we've come through, as I said, 12 weeks of dark nights, and we've hardly seen any flowers at all, so it's really nice to be able to see snowdrops again. Anyway, one or two people's asked questions about how to prolong the garden season, and this is one of the ways to get flowers coming early. We've also a couple more which I'm hoping to show you in a few minutes. Anyway, there's just a couple more clips of these snowdrops, and one of them I think is a variation on the one I'm looking at now. And you'll have to bear with me on this one because I'm not quite sure how long the photograph I've put the margins in for it. What I can do is time how long things are going to be on the screen. and I get a rough indicator as well how long I've got left to be able to speak about these things. So moving on then to this particular one, I think this is slightly a different type, if I'm not mistaken, although it's a little bit difficult to see because I've had to take a shot further away, and the reason for that is I don't want to tread on any other plants that's coming up. In fact, if you look on the bottom left of the screen, right of the screen, you can see that some plants are growing already, and midway on the left of the screen you can see new plants starting to grow, and it's a wonderful time of the year, particularly next month, and when everything seems to burst into flower. Wonderful time of the year is March. The snowdrops are not the only thing in the garden. This is a type of a heather. It might even be a hebe. People who are more up to plant names than I am in the world will come and tell, and I'll write back and tell me I hope with the comments. And I should also add at this point that by subscribing you'll get to know when the next video is coming up, and it's free of course, and the like button is free as well if you want to click on that. We're very lucky as well to have this wonderful yellow coming out, this flower, and the birds seem to like to peck at the buds on these, so we find ourselves exceptionally lucky. Also a bit more colour. I don't know if you can see there that one of the buds is being pecked at. Blue tits and great tits appear to like such things. Now we're hoping that the blue tits will nest in the garden this year. Last year they failed, and I put another nest box up, and the second nest box was taken over by bees, and unfortunately the bees got some kind of a fungus and all died off, and so I've had to destroy the box. The things we like to see every year is the camellia, and the camellia only flowers for a short time, but it is beautiful and it is hardy, and it comes every year. And the buds start growing not long after the flowers have stopped actually, and they grow very slowly throughout the year until they start opening up again. And it depends on the year as to when they're going to open up, but already they've started opening up in February. Here's one just opening out, but you can see it's been affected by the frost, which we had 2 nights ago. When I was younger, I used to cover this up with an old sheet, and so the frost couldn't get to them, and sometimes it had a disadvantage of an effect really, because once I lifted the blanket, the flowers were not the same somehow. The thing to think about when growing this particular I call it a shrub, a camellia, is all you have to do is trim it back after they've flowered, and just trim it back a little bit to keep the shape, and also come October make sure there's plenty of water around the roots, and that will encourage the buds to grow, and then the buds of course will turn into the flower. And I think if I'm not mistaken we have one flowering at the moment. I'll try and find that. Yes, here it is right at the top of the shrub, which is about 10 foot high, and this catches all the morning sun, and it's a bit risk-free this section of not catching the frost. But we were very lucky. The person that gardened the garden before us put this clematis in, and we love it. And we thank the gardener who gardened before us every time we see it. This particular camellia has only been in about 2 years, and it's just starting to make the first bud. I think it's a white one, but you can see the outer bark of the twig there, which signifies if it's got an hard bark it'll get through the frost. If it's soft, generally speaking, it won't. But we are hoping that this one produces a beautiful white flower. Anyway, I'm going to close it there for now. If you've enjoyed the video, please click on the like button, and the subscribe button will tell you when the next video is coming out for you to look at, and of course it's free. Bye for now.